Greetings, friends of Ludnews. I'm Sergio Bravo, and today I bring you Ludnews, or in other words, fresh news about Ludnews, new features, improvements, updates. Ouch! It has to hit your hand, doesn't it? Well, imagine if it were with a hammer, or if you drill into your hand, or even amputated 2 fingers. With the new standalone hand accident simulation, you can try it wirelessly, or even without controllers. You want to see it? I'll put on my glasses and show you. When we enter the simulation, we will see a panel that allows us to perform different actions. If we press the X button in the upper right corner of the screen, we can exit the simulation. By selecting the tutorial button, we will be able to watch a video in which they explain how to configure and perform the simulation. To configure the exercise to be carried out, we can select the manual option, which allows us to choose what risk or risks we will face. If we press the mark all button, all risks will automatically be selected. The random option allows risk situations to be randomly configured in number and order, ideal so that a student doesn't know what situations they are going to face. The Start button allows you to start the configured exercise. To select the panel options, we can do so by pointing with the controls using the front trigger button or using our own hands if the hand tracking option is active on the virtual reality glasses. To use our hands, we will leave the controls resting on a flat and stable surface so that they are immobile. Then we will place our hands in front of the glasses until they are detected. To select the options, point the pointer to the desired option and make a pinching movement separating and joining our index finger and our thumb from either of the 2 hands. Once the exercise is set up, we can start it. It should be noted that in these simulations we won't move using the joysticks of the controllers as we do in other Ludnews products. So we must make sure that we have enough physical space to move freely and perform the exercise. If for reasons of space we cannot do the exercise, we have 2 options. We can hold down the circle button on any of the controllers to reubicate on the simulation space more conveniently, or we can restart the exercise by pressing the X or A button on the controller. A screen will appear that will allow us to restart the exercise, end it, or return to the settings panel. These same actions can be performed using our hands if we turn our palms upwards, close them, and open them again. In the simulation, we can face 3 risk situations: the use of defective tools, changing the disc of a radio, and the use of an unprotected column drill. Our goal in the situation of using defective tools is to engrave a serial number using a hammer and a nail. To perform the exercise correctly, we will use the protective gloves and the hammer that is in good condition, which is the one located to the left of the table. Once the gloves are equipped, we will grab the hammer with one hand and the awl with the other. We will place it on the metal plate and we will perform the hammering movement with the hand in which we hold the hammer. There are also several wrong options in this situation. If we use gloves but choose the tipped hammer, we will be told on the results screen that we have made the mistake of not checking the equipment to be used. If we don't use gloves and we use the hammer in good condition, an accident will occur when we hit a finger. And if we don't put on the gloves and choose the tipped hammer, a splinter will stick in our hand. To change the radial disc correctly, we must keep the gloves located under the table, disconnect the radial from the electric current, use the tool located on the table to loosen the disc, remove it and place it on the table, grab the new disc and place it on the radial, to finally fix it using the tool again. The options to perform the operation incorrectly are not to use the gloves, as we will cut ourselves with the disc in poor condition, and not to unplug the radial from the current because it will activate unexpectedly, amputating 2 fingers, regardless of whether we use gloves or not. The risk situation of using the drill can be correctly realized if we put on the gloves located on the upper shelf, place the clamp for the plate, the metal plate in the clamp, place the mobile protection of the drill, activate the machine, and operate the lever to drill without inserting our hand near the drill bit. The incorrect options would be several. For example, doing everything correctly but inserting your hand into the area where the metal plate is being drilled, since we will drill our own hand. Do not wear the gloves, as we will cut our hand when gripping the metal plate. Drilling without fixing the metal plate would cause the piece to start rotating, which will indicate that a mistake has been made by not placing the fixing. But if we also try to stop it with our hand, we will suffer injuries to it, regardless of whether we are wearing gloves. Finally, failure to place the movable drill guard will result in an accident because work clothes become entangled in the drill. During a training, it would be highly recommended to explain to the students what first aid and what next steps to follow in these specific cases of emergency, if deemed appropriate. After completing the configured exercise, the identification screen of the student who has completed it will appear if the option was activated in the main menu. After identifying the student in its case, the results screen will appear in which we can see the time it has taken us to perform the exercise, the successes and mistakes made, observations about it, and two buttons at the bottom left that will allow us to restart the exercise or exit it. We encourage you to try different training dynamics, and remember that Ludnews offers you support, guides and videos to help you implement our technology. We hope you found this tutorial useful.
How was it? Did you find this content interesting? Well, if you'd like to expand your knowledge, visit our blog where we cover topics related to training, safety, health, technology, and much more. And to stay up to date on all the latest news, check out our news page and follow us on social media. We'll leave the links below. Best regards and see you next time!